Them superpowers get neutralized, I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate, heavy antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate, you're not as calculated, I can even predict your angles. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. Or pathetic master manipulator, I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em, you make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. There's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you.
Holy shit.
Shoo! 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 Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. The island right here's remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, met his own boys in them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway. And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid 500 back like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight. I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns, then hop online like pray for my city. He faking for likes and digital hugs. His daddy a killer, he wanna be junior. They must have
good, everybody.
The shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park your son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you got a ring. On God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay. There's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no selling. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. You're cold and I be know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, YNW Melly. I don't like you popping shit at Pharrell for him. I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better off spinning again on him. You think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. We hate the bitches you fuck, cause they confuse themselves with real women. Then notice I said we, it's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. How many more fairy tales?
What's good, everybody?
Had enough. How many more black?
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. How my freedom marchers doing, freedom family? Freedom lovers, freedom marchers, and freedom fighters. Me, I'm great. It's a fucking great day. This is not gonna be a long live stream. You know, I can take care of this in just a couple minutes, right? So, with this Ryan Garcia testing positive for PED shit, right? Let's make one thing clear. He tested positive for 2 banned substances, one of which were inconclusive. So they had to do multiple tests, right? The second test came out that it was positive, and the third came out that it wasn't, right? With deeper analysis. And, you know, most people don't understand how this stuff is tested. They have to test the isotopes to determine whether or not it was a naturally occurring instance of Nandralone in the system or not. And they determined that it wasn't. But that has always been inconclusive, right? It had always been inconclusive. They did 3 different tests. The second test said that it was positive. the third test after deeper analysis said it wasn't. All right. It has always been made clear by me and others, even Ryan Garcia fans, that the Nandralone was inconclusive, right? But what was never inconclusive was the Ostarine in the analysis, right? He tested positive for Ostarine. That has not changed. I don't know why people running around acting like everything is a wrap. Oh well, the Nandralone came back negative, when we know that it was always up in the air whether or not the Nandralone was actually going to be positive, right? That was the one substance that had always been in question. The Ostarine is not. And for those of you who don't understand, right? I will make a correction. The tests that Ryan took were urine samples. There were no blood samples. If there were, usually when they do blood samples after the fight, because they don't want to take away too much. They don't want to take the blood from the fighter and make them weaker, right? It was my understanding that it's typical to have the blood test done after, but it's not. But that's something that Floyd Mayweather was a champion of the blood test. So, he made that very popular with VIDA testing. And so it is what it is. The fact of the matter is there were urine samples. So I stand corrected on that. I thought they were blood samples, but it was urinalysis. So the urinalysis is a whole different thing than a blood analysis. Just understand that. The Ostarine was never in question. So when they told Ryan Garcia, right, that the Nandralone came up negative in the third test, he ran around, right, and told everybody that he was cleared of all drug tests, right? He said, I've been cleared of all the drug tests, except for that alleged fictional ostrich in the system, but there were only trace amounts. Guess what? It doesn't matter how Ostarine is in the urinalysis. The amount of Ostarine is considered a positive test and is banned. Period. There is no amount of Ostarine that you're allowed to have in your urinalysis. And there's reasons for that. So, understand that we won't find out shit about the Ostarine B sample until May 22nd or later. I don't know if they're going to take the test on the 22nd. From what I understand, he didn't push for the B sample until yesterday, right? Just this week, Ryan Garcia asked for the B sample to be analyzed. I don't know why he waited. If it were me, I would have told them immediately I want the B sample tested. Well, they're not. He whatever reason, he waited. And then he requested to be there or have some representatives of his be at the testing. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine, as you should. Understand this. I pray, I hope that Ryan Garcia did not take performance-enhancing drugs. I hope that he did not, because if he did, that's not a good look. That's not good. And let me tell you why it's not good, right? Either way, it's fucked for boxing, right? It's fucked for boxing because even when everybody thought that Ryan Garcia was guilty of taking performance-enhancing drugs, not everybody, but all the Ryan Garcia ball lickers and the Devin Haney haters, people were okay with it, right? Most of you motherfuckers were okay with Ryan Garcia having taken performance enhancing drugs. You didn't give a fuck. You were like, oh well, Devin Haney would have got his ass beat anyway. Oh, it don't matter. It don't matter. Well, guess what? It does matter, right? It does matter. And you know, Ryan is not cleared, so I ain't apologizing for shit. And even if he does come back cleared, I'm still not apologizing. Because I went off the information that was given. He tested positive. I operated on the fact that his urinalysis tested positive. If it comes back negative from the B sample, well then I'll operate from there. But I'm not going to apologize for it. For what? Fuck that. There's nothing to apologize for. You understand what I'm saying? As of right now, he is a drug cheat. That's how it works, right? Understand, this is not, they're not operating off the Constitution of the United States of America, right? They're operating under a different system. It's private. It's a private system. Yes, it's overseen by the New York Athletic Commission, but VADA testing is voluntary. You understand? It's something that the fighters sign up to do. They don't have to do it, right? If both agree not to take VADA testing, both don't have to take it. If both agree, they both have to take it. But if you sign up to take those tests, you have to operate under the rules of VADA when you sign up for it. So, to complain about what VADA's doing in the VADA chain of custody and all this other shit is utter nonsense. And here's another bit of utter nonsense, right? Everybody is automatically assuming that because the head of the New York Athletic Commission resigned, that it had to be because she was instrumental in setting up Ryan Garcia. That is the operating theory, right? That most of you nincompoops are running with. That is not nothing that is known. We don't know why this lady resigned. She hasn't told anybody. I don't have any, no one knows why she resigned, but because it would go with their narrative, they're saying, oh, well, she resigned one day after the Nandralone test came up negative. I mean, so what? There could be a number of reasons she resigned, right? Understand the bullshit antics that Ryan Garcia pulled during the lead up to this fight. Dead Mike, I know you up here writing in my comments. I'm ignoring your monkey ass. And I tell you what, Dead Mike, because I know you think you slick. Tell your little hillbilly friends, or it might even be you under a different account. Let them know that go suck somebody else's dick, because I don't invite men to my penis. Somebody's dick that ain't mine. And let them know that Georgia and South Carolina are constitutional carry states. And I will blam a motherfucker that fuck with me. And I stay with the heat. I stay with the heat. And I'm nice with that shit. You understand what I'm talking about? So fuck the Aryan Nation that you guys claim have eyes on. Come find out. Come find out. Come see about me. Because these same threats were made when I was in California, right? I had people watching me in California. And guess what? I told you motherfuckers where I was when I was doing my live streams. When I was doing my rucking lives with 70 pounds on my back, walking upstairs in heels, just in all kind of vulnerable positions. Nobody came. Nobody came. So just to let you know what I'm saying? And just like with, Mighty Mouse, hey, if y'all want to come see about me for a child molester, come on with it. I thought the Aryan Brotherhood was against that shit, but hey, I guess not. So they want to come see about me for a child molester, for a chomo. Let them know to come heavy or not at all. You understand what I'm talking about? So, yeah, that they can run with that. Fuck the Aryan Nation. Fuck Mighty Mouse. Fuck all his little protectors and ball lickers. They can kiss my ass and suck somebody else's dick. No, they can't even kiss. Tell them to go kiss. Go tell them to jump in his fucking leg. Right? Fuck about no goddamn Aryan Nation. The fuck I look like. And I roll dolo too. I don't have an entourage. I don't have people around me. It's just me pimping. So they want that. They want the, hey, come on with it. Anyway, so the manipulation, okay? And this is something that Boxing Ego is manipulating people with. He's manipulating people and convincing them that the New York Athletic Commission head person resigned because she was setting up Ryan Garcia and she got caught. Yeah, that's the narrative. Even though leading up to the fight, Ryan Garcia was pulling so many antics that called into question his fitness to fight, right? Even though y'all believe that it was the ultimate 5D chess game, right? He told y'all and everybody else watching that he was smoking marijuana, that he was snorting cocaine, drinking, saying crazy shit, saying he was gonna kill Devin Haney, all this other type of shit, said he was gonna bite him and all this other type of shit. He did all that. And the New York Athletic Commission did nothing. They allowed him to smoke his weed. They allowed him to act like an ass. They allowed him to do all that shit. So we don't know why she resigned. Hopefully we find out. But right now we don't know. But let Ego tell it or insinuate it. That's why. You guys have to admit it's strange that it happened. These things, post hoc, ergo, proctor hoc fallacies, motherfucking, all that type of shit, that shit don't fly because you don't have the information. Post hoc, ergo, proctor hoc fallacy. Y'all need to look that up. Just because Ryan Garcia was cleared of Nandralone does not mean that he was cleared of Ostarine or that he was cleared, period. And telling people that he had 1 billionth of a gram per millionth of a baby mama, that's meaningless. You understand what I'm saying? Because if he was taking Ostarine and he was at the end of the cycle, or he was at, whatever, because you cycle on and off of stuff, right? You know that, right? It's not always going to be this large amount in the urine that they test. And understand that what comes out in urine is waste. That means your body is done with it. It's waste. That's not an indicator of how much is actually in your system, in your blood. They would have to test your blood to know exactly how much is in your system. They didn't do that. They tested the urine. The urine had traces amount. The urine had traces amount, not the blood. They don't know how much is in the blood. And they won't know because they didn't test the blood. And if they test it now, it wouldn't make any difference. So to say that, oh well, it was a trace amount and it wouldn't help. You don't know what you don't know what he was doing or where he was at. You don't know what was going on for that to happen. That's why it's banned for any amount. For any amount in your system, any amount in your urine is banned. That is a suspendable offense unless you can prove that a supplement you were taking was tainted with it, right? And that's also what I hope. I hope that Ryan Garcia would not be a deliberate drug cheat. That's what I hope doesn't happen. I hope he becomes clear. And if so, Devin Haney just got his ass whooped. Devin Haney just didn't fight the fight he was supposed to fight. and got outclassed. You know what I'm saying? Well, not even really outclassed. I mean, he got knocked down 3 times. He got his ass whooped. You know, he got knocked down 3 times, but you know, he won most of the rounds. But because he got knocked down 3 times, I'm not mad at the decision. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at the decision. So if Ryan Garcia gets cleared, I'll be happy about that. I hope he's cleared. I don't want him to have cheated. So that whole narrative, oh, Devin Haney fans, you know, oh, y'all, this, that, and the third, like, we want this motherfucker to have cheated. And to say that we were running with this Nandralone stuff, like, no, we weren't. No, like, I'm not anybody's fan. First of all, I'm a boxing fan. But I respect Devin Haney as a fighter more than most other boxers out there. You know, Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Deontay Wilder, you know what I'm saying? These are fighters, some of the fighters that I appreciate more as boxers, right? Of the sport. People, you know, and I wasn't even really into Deontay Wilder for a while there. But when he went up against because he's not a boxer to me, right? He's a puncher. Deontay Wilder is a strict puncher, right? Now he's trying to do more of the boxing now, but you know, before he went up against Fury, I mean, he was just a boxer, and I didn't really. I was like, okay, he was just a puncher, and I was like, okay, yeah, okay, but you know, if you get in the ring with somebody that can neutralize that right hand, it could be a problem. And then that was Tyson Fury to a degree, but when Tyson Fury's a drug cheat. You understand what I'm saying? So he's a cheater, and so I just couldn't respect. It just turned it around for me. You know what I'm saying? And what really got me on Deontay Wilder's side is, and I was never against Wilder, but what got me on his side is the heart that he showed in those 2 fights, the fight number 2 and 3 against Tyson Fury. Like, he showed real heart and determination. He went out on a shield like he wanted to, and hey, I can't do nothing but respect that. And just Deontay Wilder as a person, what he does for his daughter, I really appreciate that. You ignore my comments because you know I'm right, big dog. Why are you getting triggered? You need to. I'm not wrong about Ryan Garcia. I'm not wrong about Ryan Garcia, you idiot. If they let someone fight, even though the trace amounts, well, they didn't let him fight, so they didn't know. The test did not come back positive until after the fight was over. So the positive test came from the day before and the day of the fight, and it takes days for the results to come back. So that's why he ended up fighting. But the last test before that, on April 3rd, the one that came back negative on April 3rd, that was the last test before. That came back negative. So they just didn't, you know, they couldn't get the test completed fast enough. Now, I don't need to address shit, Dead Mike. I hate Ryan. I don't hate Ryan Garcia. That's ridiculous. But if he cheated, if it turns out conclusively that he cheated, I'm not going to hate him, but I'm definitely not going to respect him as a fighter. I would never. Any win that he has would be in question. It don't matter, right? We'd be free of all charges. Lord, they don't follow their own rules in. No, that is the rule. I mean, that is what it is. That's part of the VADA testing protocol. You test the day of and the day before, or even the day after. It just depends. And then before that, you get random tests. It's not their fault that the test takes that long to come back, because it has to go through a certain chain of custody. VADA does not perform the test themselves. They have to hand the test. All they do is facilitate the test. That's all they do. They facilitate, right? They make sure that everything is in place for the test to occur. So a whole different organization actually goes to collect the sample from Ryan Garcia, and they use different companies, right? So Ryan Garcia puts his own specimen in these jars. And the company that has been hired for that particular test picks up the test and ships it off to WADA Labs, WADA. They are the ones who test the samples, right? And the tester does not know who the sample belongs to. It's a blind test. They don't know the names or anything. So they perform the test. So if it's an agenda against Ryan Garcia, all those people would have to be involved, right? So now you're talking about VADA, WADA, and the organization that actually collects and ships the test off to the lab. So that's how it works. And it takes time. It takes time for all that shit to happen because it has to be meticulous. Because they don't want anybody coming back and saying, oh, well, you did this and you did that. You spiked the test and all that other shit. No, it goes through a certain chain of custody, right? By the time it gets to the lab, the person who takes the test doesn't know who the fucking sample belongs to. So that's how that works. As in postpone the fight until the result. No, you can't do that. You don't. That's not how it works. You don't postpone the fight. The fight happens the day the fight happens. They just make sure that they test the day before and the day of, or the day after and the day before and the day or the day of and the day. However they do it, they're not going to postpone it. That's just not how it works. That's just what it is. Like I said, he tested negative. Now, if he'd have tested negative April 3rd, then they would have postponed the fight or even just, canceled the fight depending on how Ryan Garcia wanted to handle it. Now, if he wants to go ahead and do the B sample, all this, that, and the third, that takes time. It's all garbage in. Energy harvesting. I mean, that's just how it works. You sign up for it when you do it. You sign up for this shit. Like you're not being forced to do it. You sign a contract to involve VADA in all this. You allow by signing your name, by signing the contract, saying that you want VADA testing, you are submitting yourself to how VADA does it. That's just how it works. If you want the fight to happen, that's just the way the shit works. You don't have to do it. You can say, fuck no, I'm not doing it. And then the other fight, both of you guys have to agree that VADA testing won't happen. And then it won't happen. But if you both want it, you both want it. It can't be one wants and one doesn't. You have to volunteer. It's called the Voluntary Anti-Doping Agency. It's voluntary. So once you sign up, it is what it is. You sign up to get your energy harvested. That's what you signed up to do. But when the tests come back positive, to automatically go out and say, oh, they're out to get me, telling people lies, right? Ryan Garcia lied to y'all and told y'all that if he tested positive the day of or the day before the fight, why did they let him fight when he knows damn well when he gave that sample the day before the fight that it wasn't going to come back for days? Ryan Garcia is already a proven liar. So why would I give him the benefit of the doubt? I'm not going to. I'm not going to give him shit until that B sample comes back. When that B sample comes back and it says negative, okay, then I'm rolling with that. Then we got to find out, well, why the first one come back positive. And that's going to be on the testing commission. Ryan Garcia, as far as I'm concerned, okay, your B sample came back positive, negative, you good, bruh. And I'll respect that. All I'm saying is if being clean is a prerequisite to fight, that's why you take the test. That's why you take the test. So it's a prerequisite to fight before the fight happens. Like when they do the random test, before. So if you fail before the fight and the results come back before the fight that you failed, at that point in time, guess what? The fight don't happen. If you test positive for samples given on the day of or the day after, and the day after or the day before, well, there are penalties that occur if you fought dirty. You get fines, you have to pay people money back, all type of shit. You got to pay the other fighter. And depending on the severity of the damage the other fighter took, you get suspended. That's just what happens. It is what it is. They're not going to wait. They already waited for results. They waited for the previous results of previous random tests. They already waited. Now they're not going to wait. They're not going to then they'll be postponing the fight forever. Because guess what? Even if they waited for the results for the samples they took on the day of, they still had to take more they still had to give more samples the day of the fight. Regardless, they had to give samples the day of the fight and the day before or the day after. Immediately surrounding the fight, they had to give samples. So then you're just saying, oh, well, they should never fight because they have to take those tests. It is what it is. Yep. I mean, it is what it is. Yep. It is what it is. I mean, that they sign up for it. That's on them. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Say a lot to the motherfucking V. If it were up to me, see, you could do same day testing, but the chain of custody would be in question. That chain of custody is important to avoid any accusations of tampering. Dead Mike, you lucky that I believe in free speech. Otherwise, I'll thump your ass out of here. I ain't apologizing for shit. Make me, motherfucker. How about that? I believe in free speech. We don't make. I don't know. I thought you should. By hearing about, I thought you were already a moderator. I don't know why you don't have a wrench. I believe in free speech. So, you lucky I believe in free speech, or I'll thump your ass out of here. I don't know why you come to my channel, but yeah, it is what it is. I guess I got to deal with it. That's what happens when you believe in free speech and freedom. Anyway, tell your Aryan Brotherhood to come see about me. Haney doesn't want a rematch, asshat. He doesn't want a rematch. For what? Especially if that B sample comes back positive. I don't care about no goddamn trace. Because you might have trace amounts in your urine. You don't know how much you have in your system. And that's just how it works. Blood samples weren't given. They might knock it off. You're a troll. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. Get up in here. Much love. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, okay. Like, share, subscribe. And we're gonna keep marching forward towards freedom. Boxing ego is manipulating y'all. Okay. No one conclusively said that I know of. No channels that support Devin Haney have come out and said, oh yeah, oh, he's definitely positive for. I don't know what this whole deal is like, right? I don't know what he's saying. He's saying that we're not giving all the information. We're giving you the most information. There are videos on my channel about VADA testing from Nonito Donaire and his wife Rachel. They go over it. Nonito Donaire is a former world champion. Okay, he has been tested multiple times with VADA. He has a video. Go check it out. If you want to understand how VADA testing works and all the chain of custody and all the protocol, go check that out. Stop. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Boxing Ego. Don't listen to Ryan Garcia. Don't listen to Ryan Garcia's lawyer, who's supposed to expect you to believe that because there's trace amounts in the urine, that means it wasn't enough to be performance enhancing. When there's a reason that Ostarine is banned, period, no matter what amount is in your urine. Think about that. Damn, man, I don't give a fuck about you agreeing. You telling me to do some shit that I ain't about to do. That's the problem. You telling me to apologize for some shit that I ain't about to apologize for or don't feel the need to apologize for. That's not disagreeing. You telling me some shit I'm supposed to do. Fuck that. And fuck an apology. That's what, it ain't about you disagreeing. It's about you telling me that I was wrong. No, motherfucker. No. It's about you coming on here acting like you know some shit. You don't know shit. You one of those sheep out there that believe anything that your people tell you to believe. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.